I'm gonna take some time here and look at the bow changes and stuff for the PTR and read through the forums. So bear with me while I slowly scroll through this. Alright, so updated descriptions for Rain of Arrows, Poison Shot, and Splinter Shot to indicate that they cannot headshot. Well, they also failed to mention that they removed their ability to headshot with this. You currently can on live Poison Shot headshot people. I think you could also Splinter Shot headshot people. So they not only updated the descriptions, they also took away their ability to headshot, which I don't see why. It was cool to, like, you know, reward people for getting a headshot with the poison arrow by both increasing the immediate damage and increasing the ticking damage. Fixed an issue with several bow abilities not benefiting from increased damage from higher tier arrows. Yeah, this is good. I tested this, like, gosh, over a month ago, and was like, oh, okay, so this only applies to my auto attacks, and that, I guess that was a bug. Fixed an issue that allowed consecutive primary attacks to be fired faster than intended. I'm guessing this is how they're hiding the fact that they took away our ADS penetrating shot or ADS poison shot combo. Evade shot. This upgrade now applies haste at the end of the skill's casting time rather than at the start, so the buff duration is not partially lost during the skill animation. Well, 15% haste for 5 seconds at the end of... As long as they do it at the end of the recovery frames, I think that would be fine. I don't really ever see people taking this when you already have dodge and weave and archer speed if you want it, and catch me if you can. Like 20% haste when you're surrounded is pretty good in wars if you're able to get a group that'll let you take your bow into a war, that is. Poison shot. Reduce cooldown from 35 seconds to 30 seconds. Fixed an issue that could cause poison shot to go on cooldown without the ability being fired. This is great. This is fine. I don't like, though, that it seems that they nerf everything else and make poison shot necessary in everything. Like, there's, like, you remove our ability to have our penetrating arrow combo, our ADS to pen arrow combo, and then you lower the cooldown on poison shot so it's up more often. After the alpha, they severely nerfed poison shot's damage, and I guess they're trying to bring it back a little bit, but poison shot still has always been everyone's go-to. It just does so much damage, and then it gives you a dot, so all you have to do is hit it. You don't even have to hit someone with it. You hit the floor. It's like the only, like, it's the only reliable damage that we have really in our kit lately. Rapid shot. Reduce cooldown from 20 seconds to 14 seconds. Fixed an issue where this upgrade would not reduce the cooldown if the last arrow of rapid shot killed the enemy. This is great. I like rapid shot. this lower cooldown's insane. 6 seconds faster than it normally is. That's insane. Especially if you can reduce the cooldown. If you can reduce the cooldown, this thing already pumps. It pumps so hard. So if we can keep reducing the cooldown, then it's fine. Anything that lets me use rapid shot better is fine. I wish it came out faster. I don't know. I always feel very locked down when I use it in PvP. I kind of usually just stick to poison arrow, penetrating arrow, evade shot. Or if I don't think I need evade for, you know, if I'm in a group or something and I don't think I'll need evade, usually poison, rain of arrows, penetrating shot. But I think we might be moving away from penetrating shot. I don't know what I would move to. I guess I would do rapid shot, poison shot, since this is pretty much only taken because of the burst. I do like hitting multiple people in a row, though, with it. Rain of arrows no longer hits enemies through doors. Yeah, that's fine. I get it. Realistic. Lets people actually get cover from rain of arrows. Like by going into a building or something. Sure, whatever. Doesn't matter. I don't really care about it. Fixed an issue where hip firing the bow was triggering the heightened precision passive of the musket ability tree. Yeah, sure, whatever. Don't care. It's a bug. Yeah, don't care. So this one, complaining about the ADS into pin thing, it's fine. All these changes make it feel like you want every player in the world to be axe hammer users. I kind of agree. We'd like to emphasize testing towards performance bound. Oh, this guy's just going haha. Mistype. I'm so smart. Bow has an issue where shots just hit like invisible walls. Has a huge hit detection issue and very slow animated abilities. Been stuck in bow animations. Got clapped a lot because of that. Yeah, agreed. In order to even line up and then successfully hit with an ADS light, heavy into penetrating or poison shot, took a lot of skill to consistently do. Agreed. In a PvP environment, it only makes sense to reward this type of thing. Creating a change that slows the pace of our bow burst down creates a major issue for bow players who, unless we're light and take the ability that allows you to dodge, weapon swap to bow, and get haste, will get slaughtered by most melee in the game, not to mention beating mages in the game. We needed that burst to be viable. That's the only change I'm wholeheartedly against. Yeah, I can see that. If for bow users, like, I'm not saying Dex is bad, Dex builds are bad, because Rapier is like legit like crazy right now. Like Rapier in the right hands is insane, and I think they made it easier. Could go over that as well. Ooh, sword and shield changes. I'm still hoping that eventually I'll be able to play sword and bow. I wish they would, like, I don't know, give us a damage bonus when we're not using a shield even more than normal. Like they have scout enemies in this game now for the Varangian Knights or Varangian Knights. They don't have a shield. The scouts, they just have a sword. Like, what is that? Like, is that something that's to come for us too, or is it just for flavor? I don't know. Let's go back to bow. But real quick, riposte. Look at that, insane. -8 seconds on the cooldown. Base stun duration increased to 2 seconds. Stun duration increased to 2.5 seconds. That's insane. That is legit. Like, welcome to Rapier Great Axe Execute. Like, that's gonna be crazy. Or Rapier Sword and Shield, like reverse stab. That'd be cool. I don't know. An issue I don't see mentioned often with the bow is complete lack of visual representation to when your shot is actually charged. I read this earlier. Yeah, you kind of have to. Let me see here. So when your shot is charged, there. You kind of just have to wait. There. As soon as your bow stops. I wish I could, like, show y'all. As soon as the top and bottom ends of the bow quit bending, there. That's when it's fully charged. And I wish that glow didn't happen until it was fully charged. That would be a very nice indicator. If that arrow didn't turn white until we were fully charged, or if it turned white while it was charged to signify that we've begun the heavy draw. What's this? Why is he shaking so much? That's cool. I feel like that wasn't a thing before. Are they giving us a maximum draw time, or is that lowering the accuracy, or is it just visual? I don't know. I also think, honestly, the bow should scale minorly with strength, because that takes strength. But that's something they would have to rebalance completely, I guess, or something. Or, like, since it only balances with dex, it needs to balance harder than just a 0.9. I don't know. It was something. But yeah, continuing on that, this makes it incredibly difficult, especially PvP, if you want consistent charged shots off, which is really disappointing considering how many perks cater to using charged shots. Yeah, the entirety of this. Heavy attack arrows fly faster and deal 30% more damage. Well, that 30% adds on to whatever your charged is, which goes from 100 to 130%? Yeah, 100 to 170%. So you can actually get 200%, I'm guessing if it's additive, a 200% damage at the end of your heavy draw. So that's a big deal. Heavy attacks deal 20% increased damage to foes with 100% health. So 220% damage if it's additive. I don't know. I haven't done the math. Like this whole tree is like, hey, ADS heavy shots. I don't see why this tree doesn't have things that like boost your light attacks or something. That would be cool. Have the skirmisher tree, like, remove the stuff that nobody uses, like closing in. Nobody's gonna use that. Battle precision. Nobody, my opinion, no one should use this. So debuff and dots last 20% longer. What's 20% of 12 seconds? Or sorry, 20% of 20 seconds. Did they increase the dot time and decrease the damage that it did? I thought it used to be like only for 12 seconds. 20-second dot is long, but 20% of 20 seconds is just an extra 4 seconds. I don't know. Doesn't feel a lot to me. Especially this bleed. Yeah, here it is. This bleed only lasts 12 seconds. So if you take this, it goes from lasting 12 seconds to lasting 14 seconds. Maybe 15 seconds. I don't see this being that big of a deal. Like, make the damage, the debuffs and the damage over times have a greater effect instead than just last longer. Like, especially with the healing meta we have right now, it just isn't effective. Or change this to move something that's up here down here and then put something up here that's like light attacks do more damage and fire, like have better recovery or something. I don't know. Make your hip fires fire faster or something instead of this. I am. That's as fast as you can fire those. I don't know. Doesn't seem that great. Let's see. So far the only visual PQ I've found is the animation subtly shifting to the left a millimeter or two, unless this pertains to a different perk. The white glow that appears around your arrow when you start charging should only appear once fully charged. I'm not sure if this would be hard to see when using magic gem, however. Yeah, I agree with this. Or make it white and then it like flashes yellow or something, or gold even. I don't know. Or I don't know. Change the color. Or make it like a glint on the tip of the arrow on your bow or something that you can see. Or give us a visual thing on the crosshair. Like have the two little like hashes on the sides like get closer and closer or something while you're charging, and then once they touch that center circle, you know it's fully charged. I don't know. Give us something that's better visually. A severe increase to unbreakable focus, or preferably something in line with 250 con perk, reducing a single attack by % on cooldown will give much needed edge against mages, as well as fix some other issues. Bow's face. That increasing DPS needs to be a great addition or replacement for one of the elite bottom perks. Yeah, yeah. What's unbreakable? Yeah. Receive 10% less damage while aiming. Useless. 10% less damage. Minus 100 or 120 on the 1200 damage light attacks you're getting hit with by a Great Axe user. That's not gonna save you. If you have 8,000 health and you get hit 8 times by a Great Axe user, that's not gonna save you. I don't know. Or minus 10% on one like fireball from a mage, minus 200 damage. I mean, I don't know. Because that stops as soon as you stop ADSing. So, and I don't even think it activates when you use a skill and you ADS while using the skill. Maybe it does. But 10% isn't enough when people do so much damage. And you're medium or light armor. People die really fast right now in this game. You either die super fast or you heal and never die. So something in line with the 250 con perk. I agree. Damage reduction when full health. Maybe. I would actually want grit. Give me grit while I'm charging a heavy attack. Put that on the dex line. Or add it. I don't know. Why can't we have grit on ranged attacks? Or add grit to ranged attacks while you're using a bow with heavy armor. I don't know. I'm just throwing random stuff out there. It's so like melee gets so much and mages get so much and bow just gets things taken away. I'm still salty about in the closed beta you could hip fire immediately into ADS fire, immediately into skill fire. So it'd be like pop, pop, pop. But they took that away because it was too fun. And it's like you still have to like hit these skills using the slowest, most easily dodgeable projectile in the game, besides like maybe a fireball. The actual hits feel great when you pull them off after perform intense mathematical equations to even have a chance of hitting an enemy in outpost rush. The projectile is too slow and the hitbox is too small. Standard arrow shot should be the speed of a charged, and the charge should be the speed of the penetrating shot. If charged arrows were the speed of the penetrating shot, this weapon would be insane. I don't even change the damage. You give me penetrating shot speed on a fully charged arrow, I think I would be happy. But the beauty of the bow is the ability to just continue to slam arrows down towards the enemy and soften them up for the melee of the mages. Do not slow down the ability for the bow to continue to rapid fire. And finally, for the love of God, please fix the invisible walls. Yeah, sometimes arrows just hit stuff, like, and there's nothing there. If you can't spam light shot with pen or poison shot, there's no reason to play bow. Yeah. That's a little dramatic, but I feel the pain. Shoot and dodge is the only way to play it, then very predictable and useless against any rage player. Rapid shot is pure luck shot and has no place in PvP. This guy is a little, I think he's just upset. A single bow shot is not possible to land on a moving target in any consistent way except when melee is running to you. You just gotta learn it. Eventually you start figuring it out. Spam was the only thing that could be practiced and had skill involved. Even I've yet to see a bow player. I can't kill here and there. I suck so bad. No one ever shot me with a bow. There's no chance to fight a run or heal versus bow. Just run and heal. Chances are 80% will work even with low HP. So why nerf? Because there's only counter to melee. Yeah, this guy's just upset. That's fine. Yeah, ammunition's a little weird. I think ammunition is a leftover from when ranged was super, super strong. and it was like, you know, that hardcore survival PvP game that they wanted it to be. This seems like I would say that just like Shield, if I had it my way, just like how you have a shield that only works when you have a sword equipped and you have the sword out, iron arrow, like arrow and cartridge slots could be changed to be quivers and ammo bags, and they could be visual. We could give us some visual stuff, like where's my quiver right now? It's because this armor doesn't have a quiver. Let me put this on. There's where did the quiver go? Like, I have a quiver on live. Where did it go? Where am I pulling these arrows out from? Also, can we just like, this armor's pretty sick. I wish I had this like in game. Looks like if a rogue wore heavy armor. Like, it's got like all these tools and stuff on it. All this like arrow things and stuff. Like change ammunition and just turn it into an item that gives us extra stats for playing these ranged weapons. And let us like it's a bag, but it's a quiver. I don't know. And make it like a shield. It can increase our critical, or it could increase our draw speed, or just something that interacts with the bow, rather than just being a slot of things that we have to make sure we never run out of, and that I have to, at least at level 60, I have to have at least one full stack in my inventory, as well as a full stack in the slot. What is this? Where did that come from? I have to bring 1,000 arrows at least to everything, right? Mages, even when they run out of mana pots, will still be able to fight, because there are things that give them mana back. The things that give us arrows back takes 300 dexterity, 15% chance of an arrow being returned. I don't even know if this happens if you miss. I probably need to test that on live right now. Test that later. I don't know if this happens when you miss or only when you hit. And it also doesn't seem like it happens every at any kind of 15%. Still run out of arrows like they're going out of style. Like, I don't know. That was the thing that WoW did when they removed ammunition. They also removed quivers as an item, and I really miss that. I think quivers are cool. They give you flavor. Like, it'd be cool to have, like, you know, a really awesome looking quiver to go with a really awesome looking bow, and to be able to mix and match those. Like, use bow now in PvP and PvP and PvE for a few hundred hours. Need to be massive improvements to make it feel good to use. Only then can you balance damage. When strafing, the arrow reaches to the left or the right where your crosshair is. This is to do a delay in the arrow firing from when it actually fires. I agree. Also, arrows fire a little bit to the left of the crosshair, and that gets worse and worse the further away that you are from something. It's like, it's the Archer's Paradox almost inside the game, but it doesn't curve back around. So the Archer's Paradox is the fact that an arrow technically doesn't fly in a straight line from a recurve bow, a non-compound bow, because there are some bows that fire straight through the body. But if you want to hit things in PvP, or you want to hit things from far away, you need to, like, if I wanted to headshot this guy, I need to aim here. See that? Then it goes through him. If I aim right here, crosshair completely over him, it's going to go to the left of him. That's been a thing for as long as I can remember. There have been no fixes to that whatsoever. I don't even think they consider it to be an issue. So that's weird. Arrow draw time and indicator is horrible and too long. Pure DPS and PvE is GIMP because of this, and in group PvE combat. Yeah, agreed. This leads to a playstyle where you basically use your cooldowns and then swap to melee. The draw time needs a shorter length than an actual audible and visible indicator that works for full draw. Yeah, unless you're hitting every arrow, and I think you should probably be charging every arrow, but you should only be charging every arrow if you're hitting every arrow. Your damage falls off real bad, especially with rapid shot. If you don't hit all 3 arrows of rapid shot in a dungeon, you pull out your melee weapon at that point while you wait for that to come off cooldown. The hitboxes are minuscule, and anytime something is a tiny pixel off or flinch or staggered, you miss. This means you won't ever be aiming for the head. That feels awful. I often see my arrow go right through a target. Ice poison arrow, the smallest hitbox ever. You can nerf damage and abilities when shooting it possible to consistently aim and hit. Give us options or something reasonable because no one likes it. Yeah, that... God, the crosshair is so... Give me a hash. Give me a dot. Don't give me this circle that blocks everything. Like, you can't see nothing in that. What is that circle there for? What am I like? I can't pick out anything inside that circle. Also, why do bow users not get a scoped perk? I don't know. Give me eagle eye or something. Poison arrow, damage is too small. Do not agree. Should stack in the cloud, not be negated by armor. I agree with this. I think you should need elemental resistance. Only, but I think flat armor does reduce the damage that you get from this. I don't think it should stack. I don't think you should get multiple poison stacks. I do think that as long as you stand in the cloud, it should refresh. Why not make one of the perks have an anti-heal component here? Yeah, diseased arrow would be a good perk to put on there. The third perk instead of direct hit. Or yeah, move this to this, and then just instead of like, why does this say infected arrows and it's still a poison when you have infected throw? Or yeah, infected throw, and it gives you a disease. Like, y'all name things the same, but make them different. Evasive shot, why not just make the user light roll backwards into an animation cancel with haste? Can be real pain to aim due to the jump. I don't agree. I like the jump back. I think I wish it was flashier, and I wish that you could do it immediately into a rollback or have no end lag once you jump back. It should actually be in it. And also, or if you're not going to do that, give us iframes on the startup. Make it a dodge, like the Rapier's evade, like iframes, and those iframes end maybe at the apex of the jump or once you land or something. Make it actually evade things. I get hit. You're pretty much, I guess what I'm trying to say is you use this for the knockback. You don't use it for an evade because it doesn't evade anything. People can still hit you while you're jumping back. Even if you're technically out of their melee range, it's almost like it saves your position. Even in PvE, a lost or an ancient guardian like slashing at me, if I use evade shot and jump out of the way of their attack, the attack still technically hits me, no matter what the timing is. Very, very inconsistent. Splinter shot, rework this into a bouncing arrow or a self buff something, a shotgun type multi-shot blast. Yeah, give us back the shotgun arrow. Make it split immediately. Like, I don't know. Maybe limit the amount of arrows that can hit a single target. Like, no more than 2 or 3 arrows can hit a single target. But all, like, each arrow does less damage. Like, each arrow does 50% weapon damage. So, shooting somebody with the 5 arrows did 250% weapon damage. Like, I don't know. Make it to where, like, only 3 arrows can hit a single person. So that it's still effective in an AoE situation. But you can have that shotgun. Instead of it needing to travel 10 meters and then split. Or keep it that way. I don't know. I don't like it anyway. One hand, you'll never really aim for the head outside of solo PvE because it just isn't really predictable. A headshot bonus sucks. I kind of agree. I wish that headshots cause stagger. Like, Yeah, concussion's really the only, like, 50% chance to get your arrow back, coupled with the 15% chance on, I don't know if they're additive or if they're different rolls. It'd be cool to be able to get 2 arrows back if you have both of those, the attribute keystone and this keystone. But 20% more damage to hit a player in the head is pretty much only good when it's coupled with this for an opening shot. Otherwise, you're wasting arrows, kind of, just because people's hitboxes change so quickly just because they change direction. Which is fine, it's good, but I don't know. Maybe just like, I don't know, give us a center of mass thing, because this is stupid. This is, oh god, this is horrible. This shouldn't cause a slow for 2 seconds. A 10% slow for 2 seconds isn't even enough to remove a Great Axe user's haste from running at you. Where's it at? Is it like Executioner's speed or something? Oh, that's hitting 2. Ain't there something that gives you speed when you're running towards someone? Or do they remove that? Maybe they removed that. But it's like 10% slow is laughable. There's no reason to take knee shot. Difficult to land reliably and 10% slow is laughable. Yeah. That says something when leg shots are hard to reliably achieve. This isn't even realistic for a skilled archer. These may be okay with the fixes on the list. Yeah, I see a lot of people who don't play the bow arguing that the bow is a long range weapon only and you just need to be able to like stay. People are like, oh, y'all just want to be able to like skirmish and like be in melee range with a bow and be competitive. And it's like, no, it's like people can run you down when you're using a bow. Even if you're like a full kite build, people just can run you down, especially with a great axe. And also, if you want to snipe people from far away, you got to use the musket. There's literally a keystone for that. Active crafting is thematic, but can it just be the active crafting an endless ammo quiver or bullet pouch, different ammo quality? This would be good. Like we have the gathering weapons or the gathering tools. Like make that like a quiver thing. Give me like, you know, a wrapped orichalcum quiver or something. Heal reduced and targets with poison applied. Yes, put disease on poison shot, please. I think turning knee shot into a root would be better. Hey, this guy is the same thing, I think. Remove ammo from being a consumable and shift it to being an item like a shield, something you just equip to give more damage or modifiers. Increase, yes, give us faster. Like, we shouldn't have to take a perk to make things fly faster. Like, heavy attack arrows fly faster, you know, 30% more damage. They don't fly that much faster when you take this. You take it for the more damage. Increase the distance that arrows travel before being affected by gravity by 100%. This does not matter. You're never at a range where this comes into play. And like somebody's sitting like 100 meters away, you pretty much have to aim in the same spot anyway. 100 meters away, you pretty much have to aim in the same spot anyway. 100 meters away, you pretty much have to aim in the same spot anyway. 100 meters away, you pretty much have to aim in the same spot anyway. 100 meters away, you pretty much have to aim in the same spot anyway. 100 meters away, you pretty much have to aim in the same spot anyway. 100 meters away, you pretty much have to aim in the same spot anyway. 100 meters away, you pretty much have to aim in the same spot anyway. 100 meters away, you pretty much have to aim in the same spot anyway. 100 meters away, you pretty much have to aim in the same spot anyway. 100 meters away, you pretty much have to aim in the same spot anyway. 100 meters away, you pretty much have to aim in the same spot anyway. 100 meters away, you pretty much have to aim in the same spot anyway. 100 meters away, you pretty much have to aim in the s I don't agree with this. I think you still should have the arc. I just think that things should fly faster. This is weird. I would like if you make it like a trap, I would like a trap for the bow tree, like you have in the musketry. And if it's like a snare arrow, that's fine, or a net arrow. Increases the damage of arrows. I don't know. Yeah, this guy. Here we go. People complained the bow was weak and not worth the trouble, as the rewards weren't worth the trouble of using the weapon. You guys looked at that and said things such as, thanks for the feedback, we'll be looking at the bow again. Then in open beta, you fix the left click, right click, left click to shoot faster without giving it anything in return, leaving it weaker than it was in closed beta. I think you had a bunch of devs dueling and getting like fucking owned by bow mains or something. That's maybe what happened, but we'll never know. People said the same thing. The weapon is weak, not worth using for how hard it is. You replied to those threads again saying the same. You'll look at it. The bow comes out in the same state and was open beta, weak as hell, no place in the war, no place in the meta. People complain about the bow, it's weak, same old, same old. Community manager comes and says, thanks for the feedback, I'll make sure to tell the team. A month later, you nerf the bow while letting the strongest and easiest weapon in the game unchanged. Eh. Buff knee shot to replace it with a skill, make sure arrow projectile bigger. That would be a waste of a slot. Make hit register more consistent. Bring heal reduction into an upgrade for poison shot. I think that's what every bow player wants. We want disease on the poison arrow. Make it a disease arrow. Remove the poison. I don't care about the dot. Give me a disease. Remove healing. Like help me like mess with healers. Or reduce nameplate clutter. That's a big deal. Trying to aim at a war and seeing both or any PvP fight with more than like 4 people and seeing both my friends and the enemies and not being able to see anyone's bodies. Like, I would love to be able to just like remove nameplates in the game completely and only see the little diamond with a level on it. Like the red diamond with a level on it. Yeah, the shot either doesn't move far back enough or doesn't have enough iframes to make it worthwhile. But it still feels kind of good only if you land the knockback in the arrow. Less stamina dodge, that's already a thing. Bow doesn't need too much different. Yeah, this guy doesn't play bow. Problem with bow is that in good hands it simply kills people for 2 to 3 hits. No. Which makes other weapons perform poorly with it, as someone who's really good aim knows how to use it. Light armor, you trade survivability, just damage. Not surprised that a bow can crit headshot light armor with 2 or 3 hits. Problems, the heavy armor meta. Yeah. Great X4 hammer. You get all the survivability, all the CC, and all the damage. Agreed. Arrow speed. I can throw an arrow faster IRL than you can shoot a light attack arrow in this game. This guy's mad. We should just remove, yeah, remove Splendor Shot or something. I'll be back. He's a restroom. And we'll see what this guy is saying. Alright. So, major quality of life needs to be implemented before removing its only combo move. Bow is currently the only viable in PvE due to the ability to combo using penetrating shot and poison shot. After that, you have to switch to a different weapon since shooting your bow in melee range is impossible. Heh. This is fine and understandable since you can get 2 or 3 abilities off of the bow before a mob reaches you if you can set up a decent distance from the mob. This change, the bow becomes pointless in PvE. Guys, we need to talk about people like making these like declarative statements about things being completely useless. You can still use it, it's just not as effective as other weapons. Enemies behind a box, a fence, a tree, the corner of a building. You often can't hit them. Yeah. Windows and the gaps between like fences and stuff literally have invisible walls. Not that great. Hitbox, hitbox, hitbox. Please make arrows stack to 2,000. 500 is nearly enough. Get rid of arrows. Give us quivers. Sorry. I would understand if arrows had a meaningful impact on damage and muskets and bows did insane damage. It's like, yeah, you need to like give them a resource to maintain. But right now it's like bows don't do more damage than if a fire staff or a musket or even an ice gauntlet. So, and they're harder to hit with. So why are you like going, oh, you also need to keep track of a resource that isn't easily replenishable unless you go take the time to cut down trees and smelt ore and then craft the arrows. Better crosshair, definitely. This guy's mad. That's fine. I understand. Musket's getting the best CC and slow potential of the range classes is a good idea. Yeah. They also have the best range. Best ranged potential. Oh no, did Musket get good changes? Let's look at Musket changes. We're done with this thread. Increase base damage. Fixed an issue where the musket cannot be reloaded after dodge roll and then triggering auto run. Fixed an issue where the reloading will automatically resume after interruption while player is aiming. Fixed an issue where the musket overcharged shots are not consumed. Wow. Increase damage on sticky bomb. Reduce cooldown. Reduce cooldown. Reduce cooldown. Added additional options to exit shooter stance pose and ensure the player will return to standing when exiting the stance. Player can exit shooter stance by pressing sprint, the ability key, dodge, escape, or releasing right mouse button. Wow. What is this guy smoking? I really hope this is a troll. I don't agree with this. That's unfortunate. At least they fixed sweep. Now we can take coup de grace. And it actually does something. This is good. Rapier changes, like, they just did everything. See. Because I wanted to do this quest. Oh, did I not go to Everfall? Whoops. Alright, well I guess I'll start auto-running that way. I want to see what the pirate alligator is. Feedback on storyline improvements. We don't really care about that. I need to go to the bugs. I don't know. So yeah, that's what we have to look forward to. It's still like it's weird. It's like with all these changes, I feel like it doesn't feel worse. It feels a little worse, but it doesn't feel like majorly worse because it just generally just kind of feels bad. But also, bow's the only weapon I enjoy playing all the time. So we're gonna stick with it, no matter what. Make it work. I do need to figure out, somehow I need to figure out what the diminishing returns are on dex as it applies to the bow, to see if I need to be pumping past 300 dex, or if I need to even get to 300 dex. Guaranteed critical hit after a dodge. Doesn't matter if I'm still aiming for the head and have high crit anyway. Bonus critical damage on stun, slid, or root enemies. Doesn't really matter. Like, it's just really this. Bonus backstab and headshot damage is kind of what I want all the time. But I also don't know why you'd have weapons that only scale with one attribute. At least not a bow. I don't know. I don't think the bow should only scale with dex. I think it should be dex and strength, but I also want to be able to play bow, sword, and shield, or heavens forbid, bow, great axe. What's this? Yeah, that's all for going over the bow changes on the PTR. It's not the end of the world, but it definitely doesn't feel good. Like, you couldn't even do a heavy fully drawn shot into penetrating arrow. You could do just a drawn shot into penetrating arrow. And now you can't even do that. And I guess they said that wasn't intended, and it's like, okay, so where's all of our damage supposed to come from when other classes can charge a heavy attack into a skill, but the bow can't? Guess I need to do these intro quests. Dex. Seems like they've kind of cleaned up the running down steps and stuff. I'm not sliding off as many as I was on live. What do I have to do now? Stone, rawhide, greenwood. I guess I'd need to get through these to be able to unlock where the... Or maybe I need to be like level 20 to start the night quest? I don't know. Or maybe I don't do the night quest on the PTR. Maybe I wait for it to come to live. But I don't want to do it on a level 60 that, like, for the first time. It'll be too easy. Eh. I think we switched to live. Oh. Gotta reboot the old gaming PC to fix that. So we're gonna move that. Music's gonna stop. Guess I could play it on here. And we're almost back. think I've done everything I wanted to do today. Might need to go exercise or something. The state of this game is starting to kind of bug me. Because endgame is just kind of a bore, unfortunately. But hey, either it'll fix or we'll find something else. Kind of don't want to, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. It's in here. All my stuff's in here. I gotta go up there. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna go back to full decks and probably solo the Mastery Bow questline later. Get that 580 bow for outpost rush and stuff. So this needs to go here. 294.89. What do I need? I need medium or heavy, right? I don't really need luck anymore. Let's see what I got here. Do I have anything for this? That's ranger? No. These dudes. These dudes. And what's brigand? Light gloves of the brigand. And warden stuff. This. Okay. Back. What we got? 22 versus 20. So much more armor. Let's see what it looks like at the end. Slash ward, corruption ward, reinforced, light. I'd rather have medium. Heavy. I don't think I can wear heavy, right? Yeah. Unless I put this back on. But I think, yeah, my overall armor is... Let's see, 825 versus... Yeah, that's better. Then I'm still above 100 and 300, the breakpoints that I wanted. Probably keep the luck, the high con. Yeah, that's it for me, guys. Sorry, we just went through the forums and complained a bunch about the state of the bow, but it is what it is. It'll get better. Bow will have its time eventually. And until then, I'm gonna keep getting all the things I can get for it, keep upgrading it, and keep playing it. So that's what we do. Okay. I might be on tomorrow a little bit. I don't know. Got a bunch of real life stuff I gotta do. So if you wanna know, gotta follow the Twitter, you know? I post on there whenever I'm gonna go live. Almost always live on Saturdays and Sundays. I know we weren't this Saturday, but we'll fix it. Got a lot more responsibilities and stuff now than I normally do. But appreciate everybody who came by and hung out. I'll see y'all on the next one.